A grand jury is going to be convened just a couple of days from now on Tuesday, April 10th in Seminole County, Florida. They're going to be potentially could be looking into the death of Trayvon Martin. Angela Corey, the special prosecutor in the case, says she doesn't need a grand jury to decide whether or not to arrest George Zimmerman. So you could see movement in the case any day now. Joining us this morning is Natalie Jackson. She's an attorney for Trayvon Martin's family. Nice to see you, Ms. Jackson. Thanks for talking with us. We appreciate it.
Nice seeing you.
Are you hearing anything from Ms. Corey, the special prosecutor, as the date of convening this grand jury gets closer? It's just on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, we haven't heard anything. We know that they're investigating the case, and you know, we know that she said that it's her option of what she wants to do as far as have the grand jury or not have the grand jury.
So does that mean that she could, even once the grand jury is convened on Tuesday, she could wait weeks and weeks before she makes a decision? Or do we have to look at Tuesday as potentially a deadline?
Well, we're looking at Tuesday as a deadline. However, her office can decide that they want to wait. They can decide to arrest without the grand jury. So she pretty much has all the power now in what happens in this case.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let me ask you about, again, back to the audio clip. I think you and I have talked about this 8 times or something over the last few weeks. George Zimmerman now says what he is, through his lawyers, that he's claiming he said the word punks. We talked about an expletive, a curse word, and then maybe a racial slur. He says, no, it wasn't a racial slur. The word that people may think was a slur was actually the word punks. An audio expert who we've had on this show before, Tom Owens, then went back and redid his audio analysis, and now he's confirming that. He told me originally that he thought it was close, curse word, the word close. Now he's saying, no, it's curse word, the word punks. Let's play a little chunk of that, and then I'm going to ask you a question on the other side. Okay, so we've looped it a couple of times, and I don't know if that helps people hear it better or makes it even more confusing than it's been. Let's say, in fact, that it is the word punks. How does that change any allegations of a hate crime potentially in this case?
Well, I think what people have to remember is that there are 2 investigations going on. There's a federal investigation which investigates the hate crime. The state investigation, which Angela Corey is in charge of, that's just a homicide investigation. It's to decide what to charge him with on a state level. So there is no hate crime element in that. So it really doesn't change what we're looking at on April 10th with the grand jury.
But there's no question that Angela Corey is going to also look at that 911 call, the conversation with dispatch. So it does give some insight into his state of mind and his thoughts, right?
Exactly. It'll go to the intent of what he was thinking. So, but whether or not he said a racial slur, that's not the end-all, be-all of the case. And so that's just a portion that may go to intent of what he meant.
George Zimmerman has a new attorney in the case, Hal Uhrig, and here is what he has been, I guess, talking about over the last few days, which I think gives a lot of insight into the case that he's going to pursue. Listen.
The reason that Trayvon Martin is dead is not because he was black or because he wore a hoodie or because he was walking in the rain. It's because that 6'3" young man made a terrible decision and a bad judgment, and he decided to smack somebody in the face and break their nose, jump on them and smack their head into the ground, and in doing that put him in reasonable fear for his safety.
You get a sense of what how he's going to position, how he's going to position this case.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, that's such an insult to the Martin family. The reason that he's dead is because George Zimmerman got out of his car when he was told not to with a 9mm. So we'll see how that plays out to a jury.
Ultimately, though, if it's presented as in the final moments there was a struggle over a weapon and that maybe both men could say self-defense, how challenging does that make your case?
Well, the thing is, it's not our case, it's Angela Corey's case, and I think that the public really needs to be aware of that, is that the Martin's family lawyers, we are not going to be the ones prosecuting this case. This is up to the state attorney. There's the justified use of force. However, you know, we don't believe that that law applies to George Zimmerman. Because he was the pursuer. His own words on the 911 tape says that Trayvon was running away from him and that he was chasing Trayvon. So it'll be how the state presents this case.
Natalie Jackson is an attorney for the Trayvon Martin family. Thanks for being with us. Always nice to see you. We appreciate it. You bet.